I'm too scared. This is what a lot of people will say and think when they have to do something that's out of their comfort zone. You feel it, I feel it, we all feel it. But the difference between some people and the people that succeed and the people that don't succeed is that some people are able to undermine that fear and push past it. You're not alone in feeling this fear. Every person on this goddamn planet has probably felt that sort of fear at some point in their life, right? We've all had to have some hardship, unless you're some ultra spoiled person. But besides that, every person on the goddamn planet has went through something, whether it be physical, mental. We've all went through our fair share of hardships, even if you live a very good life comparatively to others. You might also overthink quite a lot. I think that's something very common amongst people. You overthink, and that overthinking typically is what leads to that fear. You overthink about all the things that could possibly happen. You think about every single situation that could happen on the earth where you fuck up and you fail. You think of every situation where you possibly could fail, and you think that's what's going to happen. You use that as an excuse to not have to do it. But in reality, the really bad situation, the actual situation where you fucking fail yourself, is the one where you don't do anything at all. You might think that you're doing yourself a favor, but in reality, you're doing yourself a big disservice. Because even if you did let's say fail, if you failed chasing your dreams, if you failed to achieve your dream physique, either way, you got something out of it. If you failed to achieve your dream physique, at least you look better than you were a year ago. If you failed chasing your dreams, at least you can look at yourself and be proud that you at least gave it a shot. You tried. But most of the times, you won't fail. If you believe yourself and you're really committed to it, I don't think you can fail. That's just my belief. And you're gonna have to put a lot of belief in yourself if you want to push past that fear. Everything comes down to your perception and your mentality. If you let fear stop you, that's one way to look at it. But there's also another way to look at it, and you can use fear to push you. You can view fear and failure in a bad way, but you can view fear and failure in a good way as well. And the first way to start doing that is to define what you even think is failure. You can see it as one way, failing being really bad so you don't do it, but you can also see it in a way where and not doing anything is actually the really bad way. It's because you see yourself as not good enough, you push yourself to be in a different situation. You see your current situation as a failure, and in effect of that, you go and achieve more. Don't get my words mixed up though. I'm not saying that you should think of yourself as a failure, but you should have a mindset where you're scared of staying where you are. You're scared of staying complacent. That's what I really mean. Staying complacent is what leads to failure. When you stay complacent, when you stay stagnant, and other people are moving ahead, then do you truly start failing. You start losing ground. You start losing out on life in general. All it takes in reality is just a little switch in perspective, and that's all it really takes. You start seeing a world of a change, and there's an infinite number of ways to see it like that. Changing your perspective of fear is only one of those ways. There's a million other ways that I can't really think of on the spot, but I'm sure they exist. There's so many different ways you can think of things to make it work for you. There's always a way you can make it work. There's always something you can do in your control that makes it so you're more likely to succeed. One way I really like to think of it is, what would you tell to your future grandkids, your future son, if they asked you about what your life was? Do you have any stories to tell them about? Do you have anything to say about your life in general that you're proud of? Or would you much rather live your life ashamed, regretful of all the things that you could have done, but you didn't because you were too scared of failure? You were too scared of other people's opinions. Like, to anyone who wants kids in the future, you should feel genuinely scared when you think of that. I feel genuinely scared when I think of that because I'm worried about all the things that I could be doing and all the things that I might have missed out on to make my life better. I want to tell my kids that I'm a man that they can be proud of, that they can look up to, that they can see as a role model. I want my kids to see a dad that they're proud of, that they can look up to and try and strive to be more like. I don't want them to have a bad role model and grow really badly. So emotions can be a very useful tool. You know, when you feel a lot of fear, you can use it in a way that helps you. But in the end, right, you shouldn't grow too dependent on emotions because they can grow to work against you. They can get the best of you quite easily. And discipline will always be motivation in the end. The decision is ultimately yours, right? Everything in life is going to be hard. And there's going to be times where you're not too inclined and you don't feel all that motivated to do the work. You don't feel all that motivated to go and do the work that you did yesterday. But that's when discipline kicks in. Things get hard, and discipline is what saves you. Everything that's worth something is hard to get. Being fit is hard, but so is being obese. Chasing your dreams and pursuing it is hard, but so is doing nothing and regretting it years later. You can always make a decision on anything, and everything has a good and bad depending on what you want and what your goals are. You know, we all have our different views and we all have our different perspectives, so don't let my views affect yours all that much. Your life is your own life. It's ultimately your decision to make. Everything is your call. Every choice and action you decide to take is your call. I can't really affect it all that much, besides, trying to tell you a few things that might help you change your way of thinking and your perspective. So the main message of this video is just to see both sides of the coin. You can flip it on one side and see heads. You can flip on the other side and also see tails. It's the same object, same decision, same thing that happened, but you see a totally different image. We're all capable of doing a lot of big things. And to anyone watching this video, I guarantee that most of you aren't even operating at 50% of your max potential. And that hurts to hear. I know that. I'm no exclusion from this. I know that I could be doing a lot better on my life. But so can a lot of you. So we're all working towards a better future, and we're all working harder every single day to make it so that better future grows closer and closer. Besides that, that's going to be about it for this video. So if you watched the end, thank you. And if you enjoyed, and if you haven't subscribed, I highly suggest it if you like content like this. Besides that, that's about it. So keep on doing the shit that needs to be done, and don't let anything stop you from achieving your goals. But yeah, just give me a kiss. Mwah.